Hi, I'm Dr. Paul, and let me share with you how to increase your chiropractic practice income over $100,000 in 90 days with personal injury documentation and marketing workshops. And all of this is done from webinars in the comfort of your office. Now, there are three main reasons why you should consider treating personal injury patients. Number one are personal injury cases average significantly more than major medical or any other types of cases, and it's typically $3,000 or more. And essentially you work less and you make more, and you need less new patients. Also, number three is 87% of personal injuries are soft tissue injuries. What does that mean? Or chiropractic, that's what that means. It means there's a huge opportunity, a lot of patients. Now, we have found three main problems though. The first problem is a marketing problem, and I found that most chiropractors do not know how to market and attract personal injury patients. Now, the second problem we found is documentation. I found most chiropractors do not know how to objectify or quantify personal injuries. And then the third factor that we found is case management. We found most chiropractors do not know the treatment and documentation protocols based on the science of the three phases of healing. Now, we created a solution to all those. So what we've done is we've created internet-based personal injury workshops, and there are 12 live weekly PI workshops, and they cover personal injury documentation, personal injury marketing, including case management. They're live webinars, and we have included recorded videos, and they're including live questions and answers and case management. So we train you weekly live on the internet in the comfort of your office, essentially how to attract, document, and treat personal injury patients to increase your chiropractic practice profits over $100,000 in 90 days. Now, as an example, if you were to take an average major medical case, that might be $800, and your case can vary more or less depending on your situation. And then we'll look at an average personal injury case of $3,000 or more. Well, that's 3 times the income for the same amount of work. Now, there are 7 personal injury modules, and these are the topics that are covered. Number 1 is we have the clinical topic. Number 2 is documentation. Number 3 is Colossus, or the financial drivers. Number 4 are the impairment ratings. Number 5 are depositions and court testimony. Number 6 is marketing. And number 7 are the personal injury forms. Now, some of the subcomponents in the clinical category include how to objectively document personal injuries, how to use computerized mensuration analysis, the 4 stages of personal injury case management, the 3 phases of personal injury healing, the best personal injury biomarkers to use, how to determine permanency, and how to determine future care. And so those are some of the major components of the clinical aspect of personal injury. Now, we also will teach you how to document, and some of the sub-factors are how to establish the mechanism of injury, how to handle pre-existing conditions, how to use functional capacity indexes, how to use impairment ratings, how to document the physical exam, how to write SOAP notes, how to write narrative reports, the 4 pillars of personal injury documentation, and how to stop IMEs and document care and get paid. Also, how to document the need for treatment. Now, in the Colossus, or the financial driver category, we'll include what is Colossus, how Colossus works, the top 5 financial drivers, how to document financial drivers, how to include the financial drivers into your narrative reports and your case management, and how to explain Colossus to the personal injury attorneys. And believe it or not, most of them don't know how it works. Now, the next category are impairment ratings. And we explain the difference between an impairment rating versus a disability rating, how to use the AMA guides for impairment, how to give impairment ratings. But I really simplify this, and I share with you the top 5 impairment ratings. And there's really 5 impairment ratings that you will use 97% of the time in a chiropractic office. We really can simplify it. Now, we also teach how to do depositions and court testimony, how to prepare for a pretrial conference, documentation necessary for depositions, and the diagnostic tests necessary for depositions, how to explain permanent injuries and win depositions, and how to mitigate defense attorney attacks. Now, in the category of marketing, we're going to include personal injury marketing. All marketing is based on the S-curve of economics, and so we teach you the basics of that. the best sources for personal injury marketing, and personal injury attorney educational sales. And that is the single most lucrative knowledge and skill that you can own as a chiropractor, is personal injury attorney educational sales, and we teach that. We'll also include internet marketing, the components of internet marketing with personal injury, medical doctor personal injury marketing, the insurance adjuster personal injury marketing, and personal injury attorney video newsletter, as well as Facebook personal injury marketing. Now, in conclusion, we'll include the forms that you need to use, the patient history and questionnaires, the accident questionnaires, the functional capacity indexes, the impairment index, attorney liens, HIPAA forms, the treatment plan script, verification of PIP MedPay, verification of auto liability, and your SOAP notes. Now, these are some of the results of my consulting clients, and you can see here all of them have increased their revenues over $100,000, and you can see right there at the bottom, that's right where we would put your name here, over $100,000. Now, why should you use my workshops? So I'm Dr. Paul. I've opened 77 chiropractic offices in 20 states, seeing over 40,000 new patients a year and over 600,000 patient visits. Now, I was also a premier speaker in 3 chiropractic colleges on business and marketing at Logan, Parker, and Texas Chiropractic Colleges. And my testimony resulted in the largest personal injury verdict in the county. And that verdict was against 2 medical doctors that said there was nothing wrong with the patient. And that ended up being the largest verdict in the county. I'm the only chiropractor to beat the United States Department of Justice in the court of law, and I presently serve as an expert witness. So I do this every day. Now, what does the investment include? Well, it includes the 7 major topics I just covered. There's the clinical portion, the documentation, the colossus, the impairment ratings, the deposition, the marketing, and the personal injury forms. Now, the investment also includes 12 internet-based weekly personal injury workshops. So once a week for 12 weeks over the internet via webcam, or you can even call in on a phone during your lunch hour, and you can listen to these workshops live. You can participate, and the workshops are also recorded. So if you miss a workshop, you have access to the recording. Now, there's case management presentations. Likewise, we use internet Skype type of a system with a webcam so we can interact. It also, like I said, includes recorded video sessions, so if you miss it, it's no big deal. And then we do live case presentations, so you can actually bring your case on and submit your case, and we will talk you through it, how to work it up or how to create a narrative report with it. So it's very participatory with live questions and answers. Now, the normal cost for seminars like this, when I was studying personal injury, I was flying everywhere, taking all kinds of seminars, trying to piece it all together. And this is just a sample of some of the subjects and costs that I had to do. If you go to a clinical seminar, it might be $295. If you go to a documentation seminar, it might be $295. If you go to a Colossus type seminar, it might be $295. Impairment ratings, $295. And that $295 can vary. You know the cost of seminars if you've been practicing any time at all, but that's pretty much correct. Depositions or court testimony, $295. Any marketing seminars or personal injury forms. And even if you took one airfare, it's typically $350 or more. And one hotel, 2 nights, $150. So this can get to be, as you're trying to piece it all together, first of all, the difficulty of trying to piece it all together, and then the cost involved and the time involved can normally exceed over $2,500. Now, the investment for the 12 chiropractic personal injury workshops is only 3 monthly payments of $297. So that's a savings of over $1,674. Also, the time involved. You can do it from your office. Now, I do offer a 100% satisfaction money back guarantee. Now, we understand that you expect results from your investment, and so you can get my ironclad 100% money back guarantee. Now, what is that? And that is if after the first 2 weeks of joining, you are not totally 100% satisfied. So you will be getting a quick start list of videos, and you'll be in through 2 workshops, so you'll get a really good idea of what it's about real fast. I will cheerfully refund every penny if you don't think it's worth the price you paid, and you can keep the personal injury quick start videos. And there's about 8 workshops alone just in the quick start videos. So I'm also going to include a free bonus, and what it is, that's a $100,000 practice analysis. And what that is I'm going to include the $100,000 practice analysis, and that's the analysis I use to operate the 77 chiropractic offices in 20 states. And I'm going to use this to increase the profits of over 73% of my consulting clients over $100,000 in 90 days. So when my consulting clients do this practice analysis and they do the steps that are prescribed in that analysis, 93% of them have increased their gross revenues over $100,000 annually in 90 days. Now, we will show you exactly where you can increase your business profits $100,000 in 90 days, and I will guarantee that it will make complete sense to you when we show you your results. In other words, it won't be pie in the sky. We'll look at your exact results, your exact dollar per visit, everything, and we'll tabulate it up, and you will very easily see and agree that, yeah, that is exactly where you can have it done, where you can increase your practice $100,000 the fastest. So it's 12 chiropractic personal injury workshops. It's only 3 monthly payments of $297. Now you can get immediate access to those. It's roughly about 8 quick start videos, and they're essentially individual workshops. It's like 8 workshops alone, but you can get immediate access to those quick start personal injury workshops. And all you need to do is go to chiropracticpersonalinjurymarketing.com/workshops. That's chiropracticpersonalinjurymarketing.com/workshops. I look forward to seeing you on the other side.